पितृत्वमन्येष्वविचार्यपूर्णम् कान्ते अवतारस्तमनन्यलक्ष्यं लक्ष्मीं नृसिंहं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये माता पिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्गं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च मघाकयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रेणुपरकाल इतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरङ्गनाथषडगोपयतीन्द्रदष्टुं लक्ष्मीं नृसिंहशर्यत्करुणैकपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीररघुराट् षडगोपहृज्यं वेदान्तदेशिकयतीन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवंशगोपश्रीवेदान्तदेशिकयतीन्द्रमः देशिकाय नमः नारायण Coming back to Srimad Bhagavatam, our time scale is very different from others' time scale. 1 year for us is just 1 day for Devi Devatas. If you cross Swargalokam, go beyond Maharloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, Brahmalokas. There are 4 yugas that keep going round in a cycle. The combination of 4 yugas is called one Mahayuga. The duration of one Mahayuga is 4,320,000 years. 1,000 such Mahayugas is called a Kalpam, 12 hours of Brahma. 4 million times 1,000, 4,320,000,000 years is just 12 hours of Brahma. In the 12 hours of Brahma, 14 Manus will keep rotating, 1-4. That means each Manu's time is not even 1 hour of Brahma. You can imagine the time scale there. Now, he's saying, Shuka Maharshi is telling Parikshit Maharaja, Parikshit Maharaja, the 4th Manu is called Tamasa. Tamasa's brother is the 5th Manu, Raivata. Did it ring any bell to you, the word Raivata? Am I anyone of you?
Yes, Swamiji. The Raivata was gives the knowledge to the one who comes from one of Upanishad, Swamiji. Upanishad. Raivaka comes.
I'm saying Raivata. Emma, anyone of you, did it ring any bell?
One king was there.
Think some more, Sadashiva.
Narayana Swamiji.
Anyone of you, ma? This Raivata had a daughter.
Yes, Swamiji.
Go ahead. Hello. Are you saying something, Sadashiva?
Yes, Swamiji. There is one king with the 2 birds. You know the language of the birds.
Yeah.
And when he was slept on the roof, the 2 birds are flying on the floor, the sky. One bird is telling to the another bird, if you go to on the top of the king, he was a very I have another both chesters, Swamiji. And one of the king said, one of the birds said, if you go on the top of the king, you will be burned. The other bird said, no, he's not so big as Raivaka. The king sent his soldiers to every part of the village to see the Raivaka, who is that person bigger than me.
You are talking about Raivaka, not Ka, Raivata, Ta, Raivata, Sita, Ta.
Is he the father-in-law of Balarama? Probably.
Correct. That's correct. Elaborate on that, Amma.
Revati and
No,
Balarama's wife.
no, his daughter Revati.
I know, like Balarama's wife is Revati.
Yeah, Balarama's wife is Revati. Revati is the daughter of Raivata.
Revata.
Anything more you remember, Amma?
Not really, no.
Narayan Swamy, he went to Brahmalokam. He went to Brahmalokam to invite Brahma.
That's right. That's the nice thing, Amma. That's the more, because you should understand the context, Amma. That's correct. You picked up.
By the time he came back, the years passed out.
Exactly. This Raivata had a daughter by name Revati, a very beautiful girl, and he was just wondering who could be the correct son-in-law for me. He thought, okay, why not I go to Brahmadeva and ask him? He went to Brahmaloka. There was a nice music concert going on over there. And he came there, he prostrated to Brahma. Brahma signaled him, okay, just sit down, take your seat. There's a concert going on here. Let's finish it. After that, we'll talk. So Raivata has to wait patiently for the concert to be over. And after that, when Brahmadeva asked, what's the purpose? What can I do for you, Raivata? Raivata said, just suggest to me who could be the appropriate son-in-law for me so that I can give my daughter, Revati, in marriage. Brahmadeva smiled and said, Raivata, you forgot. You came from Bhuloka to Brahmaloka. Time scale is very different. Yes, by the time the concert is over here, many Mahayugas are over in your Bhuloka. Right now, Dwapara Yuga is going on. That great Adisesha has appeared as Balarama. Well, he will be the right person to marry your daughter. Go and give your daughter in marriage. Well, the marriage proposal has come. Now, if you look at it, we in the Kali Yuga are very short-lived, hardly 120 years. Compared to 1200 years people lived in Dwapara Yuga, compared to 120,000 years people lived in Treta Yuga, and compared to Kruta Yuga, God only knows as long as they lived. And not only that, people are very tall in the previous yugas, very tall in previous yugas. And as a yuga passes on, our height also diminishes. Now, question back to you. Do any one of you recollect that as time passes on, people will become shorter and shorter? In Kali Yuga, we are the short people, shortest people. Do you remember any incident that the people in the previous yugas were taller, very tall? Anyone of you, ma'am? Otherwise, we'll fall asleep. That's why I'm asking.
So Rama was 8 feet, I think, and in Treta Yugam, like that, the height reduces to the Kali Yuga. And Revati also, she was very height. When she came to Balarama, he has to reduce her height or something, I heard.
Yeah, he has to hit with some that plow, whatever that Balarama has to reduce the height of her.
Very good, Amma. I don't know. Chandrika, where are you, Amma? Chandrika, you answered nicely. Where are you, Amma?
I'm from California, Swami. My Aryan name.
Oh, you're from California. Very good, Amma. Okay. Now, the reason I'm asking is, in Valmiki Ramayana, there is a wonderful incident. I told you that time about the height business, height question. Namely, Sugriva made a blunder in Valmiki Ramayana. When Hanuman brought Rama and Lakshmana, introduced Sugriva, and the friendship was arranged, Sugriva cut off a branch of a nice tree and offered it as a seat to Rama. And when Rama sat, Sugriva also went and sat next to Rama. Lakshmana was just looking at Sugriva. What kind of an audacity this fellow has? Just because Rama said we are friends, Still, he should know what's the protocol. What is the stature of Lord Rama? And what is, after all, the stature of Sugriva? A Vanara, a monkey king rather? What is his stature? How dare he be to go and sit next to my Rama as though he is equal to him? Fine, that is what Lakshmana got angry. But Rama also got angry on Sugriva. You know why? Forgotten, ma'am. Rama was very angry because Sugriva had the minimum courtesy to offer a seat. Well, what seats you can expect? No sofas, no cushions, just a branch of a nice tree cut off and then offered it as a seat. At least he offered something to Rama, but he did not offer any seat to Lakshmana. Rama was very furious. Bhagavata apacharam Rama will not tolerate. Bhagavata apacharam Rama will not tolerate. We are not deviating. Do you remember what is that? Rama will not tolerate Bhagavata apacharam. Anything that strikes him? Yamma, Chandrika?
Yeah,
You,
Aryan Swami, he didn't offer any seat to Lakshmana Swami.
right. Can you give another example that Rama will not tolerate Bhagavata apacharam?
Swamiji, when Vibhishana came, he did not. He directly approached Rama instead of approaching Lakshmana Swami first.
I think you are all deviating from the point here. Always listen to my question, Amma. Rama will not tolerate Bhagavata apacharam. How do we know that? Sita Devi, when that golden deer came, when Rama went chasing the golden deer, and that fellow Maricha, while dying, cried out, Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana. Sita Devi felt Rama was in trouble, forced Lakshmana to go. Lakshmana refused to go. Sita Devi got very angry, used unparliamentary words to Lakshmana, hurt him. Lakshmana left. Rama did not accept, Rama could not accept the Bhagavata Pacharam. He wanted to send a strong message to all of us. Bhagavata Pacharam, if you do, I will not tolerate. Forget about your doing, that I won't tolerate. Even if it is my own wife who does Bhagavata Pacharam, I will not tolerate. That is the reason why, after killing Ravana, Rama told bluntly to Sita, go wherever you want. I'm not going to accept you.
Aryan Swami.
In Lanka, Vibhishana can give you protection. Want to stay in Kishkindha, Sugriva can give you protection. Want to go to Ayodhya and stay, Bharata can give you protection. As far as I am concerned, my chapter is closed with you. That time Sita Devi said, all right, Lakshmana, there is only one remedy for a woman who is refused by her husband. Just arrange the fire. Let me jump into the fire. Either let me be consumed by the fire or let Agni purify me. Lakshmana arranged the fire. There Valmiki beautifully describes, Lakshmana looked at Rama. The brothers have a sign language. They don't have to open their mouth. They know each other, their body language. Then you know immediately where the Valmiki Maharshi says, looking at the body language of Rama, Lakshmana prepared the fire. What is that Lakshmana looking and what is that Rama's body language Lakshmana understood? This is what our great Acharyas have interpreted. Lakshmana's looking at Rama is, Rama, you know very well Sita is chastity personified, Pativracham personified. Yet you are saying you will not accept her. Is it because she offended me? She committed Bhagavata Pacharam. And how can you accept a person with Bhagavata Pacharam? Is that the reason why you are not accepting Sita Devi? Was the meaning of that Lakshmana looking at Rama. And Rama looking back at Lakshmana without saying one word. And from his body language, what Lakshmana understood, our Acharyas have interpreted. What else, Lakshmana? Do you think I do not know Sita is a Mahapativrata? But I want to send a strong signal, a very strong message to the entire universe. If somebody committed Bhagavatapacharam, I will not tolerate it. Forget about ordinary people committing Bhagavatapacharam. Even if it is my own wife, I will not tolerate. Let her be purified by Agni. Prepare. That is the body language. So Bhagavan will not tolerate Bhagavatapacharam. Now come back to Sugriva did not offer a seat to Lakshmana. Rama did not approve that. Rama was waiting for an opportunity to teach a lesson to Sugriva. Good. Afterwards, friendship, Rama advised Sugriva to go and call Vali for a fight. Good. They came in the first round. Vali was beating Vali was beating Sugriva. Sugriva was thoroughly beaten by Vali. Sugriva every time was looking to Rama, please shoot the arrow, please shoot the arrow, please. Rama did not. Vali kept on hitting Sugriva. Sugriva could no longer take the blows from Vali, ran away, came to Rama and started arguing with Rama. Rama, you promised to kill Vali. That's why I went to fight with him. Why you did not kill Vali even though I looked at you 100 times? Rama gave a nice excuse. You and Vali are looking very much alike. I could not distinguish who is Sugriva, who is Vali. I didn't want to shoot an arrow at the wrong person. Instead of shooting at Vali, if I shoot at you, that would be a great apacharam. That's why I did not shoot Vali. All right, this time I will do my job. Lakshmana, get a Gajapushpi garland and put it around the neck of Sugriva. That way I can identify the fellow with a flower garland in his neck is Sugriva, and the other fellow without the flower garland is Vali. So put a garland. Now, you know why? Sugriva was born much, much earlier to Rama and Lakshmana. Sugriva is much taller than Rama and Lakshmana. Now, when Lakshmana has to put the garland, Sugriva has come to Lakshmana and has to bow down so that Lakshmana could garland him. So Rama wanted, let this fellow get the punishment from the hands of Vali, because having made friendship with Sugriva, I do not want to punish him. But he should pay a heavy price for it. So in the first round, let Sugriva be beaten to pulp. Second round, I will help him. Now, even then, let Sugriva come and bow down before Lakshmana, because Sugriva is much, much taller than Lakshmana and Rama. So Sugriva has to bow down. That way, Lakshmana can put the garland in his neck, in Sugriva's neck. Now come back to the height question. Revati is very tall compared to Balarama. So Balarama went to marry. Revati was looking very tall compared to him. He used his plow, the weapon plow, put it on the neck of Revati and brought her down so that she is a little bit shorter than Balarama, then married. So our scriptures give various examples how we can live our life in a wonderful way. Now coming back to the fifth Manu is a Raivata. During this Manvantara, Raivata Manvantara, there was a Maharshi by name Shubhru. That Maharshi Shubhru had a wife by name Vikuntha. Maharshi by name Shubhru and his wife Vikuntha. This Sriman Narayana appeared as their son. That is why he is called Vaikuntanatha. That's why he is called Vaikuntha. And to please his mother Vikuntha, on the suggestion of Sri Mahalakshmi, Sriman Narayana has arranged a new world called Vaikuntadhamam. That is how Vaikuntadhamam has come. Now,
A quick question.
yes, madam.
Here. So you were talking about Sri Rama wanting to teach the lesson to Sugriva by doing this, right? Like asking Lakshmana to put a garland around his neck. So this was an indirect way of teaching him, right? Like, say, for example, if Sugriva did not understand this, right? Like, so
Yeah.
still he's not been, is not going to change his attitude, whatever. I'm just telling, this is how maybe our intellectual mind thinks this way, right? If it is said in a direct way, or if it is said, this is why we are treating you like this, then person may try to change the attitude or the behavior. But if it is not said, okay, if Rama feels very happy about, oh, I taught him a lesson and that satisfies my ego, then how does it make a difference in Sugriva's understanding, right?
First
I
thing,
mean, this question is not out of arrogance. This is out of trying to understand.
I understand your question, Amma. First of all, Rama is Kalyana Guna Sampanna. There is nothing for Rama to satisfy his ego. How will Sugriva understand when somebody is beaten to pulp? Then only an arrogant person will understand. Sugriva is already now got enough of beatings from his brother Vali. And the way Rama said it, and the way he has to come and bow down. By the way, there was another small correction here, which I didn't mention. Not correction, I didn't mention. Omission. Hanuman is the one who understood Rama's consciousness. That Sugriva not offering a seat to Lakshmana is not going well with Rama. Hanuman understood that. Again, from the body language of Rama, Rama did not open his mouth. Immediately Hanuman went and got a wonderful Chandana Vruksham branch and offered it to Lakshmana. Again, there is a significance. Lakshmana is Adisesha. All venomous snakes, they feel very happy coiling themselves around the Chandana Vrukshas for the nice fragrance and for the nice coolness that the tree is providing. Therefore, Adisesha Lakshmana will certainly be pacified if it is a Chandana Vruksham. Hanuman is a Navavyakarana Veta. He knows everyone by their body language. He could easily guess. Immediately, Hanuman brought a Chandana Vruksham branch and offered to Lakshmana to pacify him. Whereas here, with the actions of Rama, because having made friendship, Rama had a dharma to protect the Sneha dharma, that he should not offend Sugriva. But at the same time, a Bhagavat Apacharam should not go unchecked. Sugriva himself being a smart kid and having a great minister like Hanuman, Rama left it for them to either to understand or Hanuman to tell him. Because in that Sneha Dharma, Rama should not directly offend Sugriva. Lots of things, Amma. So whether Sugriva understood or not, certainly he would have understood. Because in the second round, just with one arrow, Rama could completely make Vali fall down onto the ground, just with one arrow. So now coming back to the present context, Raivata, his daughter Revati, taller than Balarama. Balarama uses his plow, brings her down and marries. Now comes the sixth manvantara is called Chakshusha manvantara. Chakshusha manvantara. Now during that manvantara, the same Sriman Narayana appeared as the son of a great Maharaja Vairaja and his wife Sambhuti. That time he's called Ajita. Now, it is during this particular sixth Manvantara, Chakshusha Manvantara, that Kshirasagara Madhanam has happened. Kshirasagara Madhanam has happened. Now, Kshirasagara Madhanam is a very interesting episode in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, how come this Kshirasagara Madhanam happened? And what are all the things that happened during that Kshirasagara Madhanam? Once upon a time, Durvasa Maharshi came to Svargaloka and offered. Actually, Durvasa Maharshi went to not the Karana Vaikuntham, but the Karya Vaikuntham, and had the darshanam of Srihari. And Srihari gave him a nice flower garland. Durvasa Maharshi was wearing it and coming. On his way, he met Indra in Svargaloka. Indra was there on his Airavatam. So Durvasa, out of his courtesy, offered the garland Srihari has given to Indra. Indra, out of his arrogance, you remember in India, some of the politicians, etc., when they visit the temples will do Purna Kumbha Swagatam for them and offer Perumal garlands. You know, these people will put on that garland. Immediately, you know what they will come and do, right? They will put the garland on their car, correct? Every politician will have a flag or something, and for the flag and for that radiator grill, they will just tie that flower garland of Bhagavan. Same thing. Indra accepted the garland, but did not even keep it on his head. Gave it to his elephant Airavatam. And this garland is having celestial flowers from Mahavishnu's Loka. For the beautiful fragrance and for the honey bees started flocking around the garland. And when the garland is there in the neck of Airavatam, the honey bees were there making a humming noise. And the elephant did not like it. The elephant got very annoyed. With its trunk, it removed that flower garland from Srihari to Durvasa to Indra to that elephant Airavatam. Took that garland out and smashed it on the ground and started crushing it with its feet. Durvasa saw the whole thing and cursed Indra. Indra, you do not even know how to honor the prasadam of Sri Mahavishnu, how to offer the prasadam given to you by a Maharshi. Is this the way you treat? May you lose your Indratvam. May you lose your job. May you be beaten. And that is enough. The Rakshasas started invading Swargam. And bitter fights between Swarga, Devatas and Rakshasas. And the fights are so horrible. Devi Devatas, when they fall down, they are not able to get up. Rakshasas, if they are dead, they had a great Acharya, Shukracharya. He knows Mrita Sanjeevani. He could revive them back to life. Devi Devatas felt, this is not right. How do we at least live until our tenure is completed? Everybody is there on a tenured appointment, not permanent jobs, time scale, 100 years, 1,000 years, 100,000 years, million years, like that. That time, they went to Sriman Narayana. And in turn, Sriman Narayana suggested, do Kshirasagara Mathanam. And you will get Amrutam. And if you have that Amrutam, no, literally, Amrutam, na Mrutam, there should be no death. That means Devatas should not have death at all? Not at all correct. Means if when they are given a posting, a job, an appointment order, as Vasu, as Rudra, as Maruts, as Dwadasha Adityas, like that, they are given, you will be there for this many Manvantaras, you will be there for the lifetime of one Brahma. So like this, they are all having a time limit for the jobs they are assigned to. Until that job is completed, they will not die. That is the effect of Amrutam. Not that they are completely exempt from death at all. No, that's not correct. Because even Devi Devatas go through the same thing. If not, look at the things. Nahusha, having done 100 Ashwamedha Yagas, qualified as Indra. The existing Indra, having committed Brahmahatya, Vrtrasura Samharam, Brahmahatya, was kicked out of Indra Simhasanam. Nahusha qualified. He became Indra. Nahusha made a terrible mistake in Swargaloka. Immediately, his Indratvam is gone. He ended up as a snake, as a python. Same thing, Ashtavasus went on a picnic, offended Maharshi Vasishta, were cursed to be born again on the planet Earth. So like this, we all should understand Devi Devatas also have a time limit. That is why Lord Krishna says, Kshine Punye Marchalokam Vishanti. Now coming back to the Kshirosagar Mathanam. When they went to see Sriman Narayana in the Karya Vaikuntham, none of the Devi Devatas could even look at the face of Sriman Narayana because that divine effulgence, even Devata's eyes could not take it. Devata's eyes could not take that brightness of Sriman Narayana, that effulgence of Sriman Narayana. Everyone had to close their eyes. Only 2 people were there qualified to see the divine effulgence of Lord Sriman Narayana. One is Brahma, another is Shankara. Brahmadeva is offering his prayers to Lord Sriman Narayana. He says in a very beautiful way, Tvai agra asit, tvai madhya asit, tvai anta asit, idam atmatantre, tvam adirantaha, jagatosya madhyam, ghatasya mrusneva, parah parasmat. Look at a beautiful example they gave. You take a pot. Before becoming a pot, it was all dirt. The dirt mixed with some water and made into the shape of a pot, allowed it to dry, then burnt, becomes a pot that you can hold water. But if you look at the constituents of the pot, in the very beginning, it was just dirt. The pot is made up of the dirt. Even when the pot is broken, even if you crush all the small pieces, it will again become dirt. It will again become dirt. Now, just as a ghatam is Adi, Madhya, Anta, is always the same dirt. Now he is giving the same thing. Hey, Sriman Narayana, you are the one and the only one in the beginning. You are the one and the only one that will manifest as a Charachara Srishti, including the Devi Devatas. Narayanat Brahma Jayate, Narayanat Rudro Jayate, Narayanat Indro Jayate, Narayanat Prajapataya Prajayante, Narayanat Vadashadicha Rudra Vasavacha Sarvadicha Chanda Gumseem. So Brahmadeva is saying, Prabhu, just as the dirt is the beginning, the in-between stage as a pot, and again the final stage where it is destroyed, always the same dirt. Sriman Narayana, you are the one who existed before the entire creation. Because of you, the creation goes on. And even when all the creation is there annihilated, it is you alone who remains. May I prostrate myself to you. May you be kind enough to bless these Devi Devatas. Brahmadeva even goes further to glorify Lord Sriman Narayana. Hey Prabhu, be it myself or be it this Mahadeva, Shankara, be it the other Devi Devatas, Indra, etc., be it the rishis, the saptarshis, Kashyapa, Atri, Bharadwaja, etc., or the Prajapatis like Daksha, etc., Daksha, Marichi, etc., all of us, we are just a small speck of your amsha, a small speck of your amsha. Aham giritrascha suradayo ye dakshadayaha agnehe iva ketavaste kimva vidamisha pruthak vibhataha vidhutsvasham no dvija deva mantram. Hey Sriman Narayana, every one of us, be it Brahma, be it Rudra, be it other Devi Devatas, Indra, etc., Prajapatis, all of us are just like a fraction of a spark that gets itself detached from the flame and appears as a spark. Same thing, Prabhu. From your divine effulgence, we are just nothing but a small spark. Bless us. That is when Bhagavan has started instructing Brahma. If you can get that Amrutam by doing the Kshirasagara Madhanam, then you will not have any fear of Rakshasas coming and killing you. So try to get that Amrutam by doing the Kshirasagara Madhanam. For that, bring all Voshadhis, Latas, dump them in the Kshirasagaram. Bring the Mandharagiri as the churning rod. Bring the divine snake, Vasuki, as the rope, and start churning. And of course, I too will help you. And Sriman Narayana is telling Brahma, whatever you want, you will get, but you should be patient. You should be firm in your sankalpam. Of course, in the beginning, unimaginable Kalakuta Visham poison will come. Don't be scared of it. Afterwards, of course, Uchchai Shravam, Airavatam, Apsarasas, they will all come. Don't be fascinated by them. And ultimately, you will get Amrutam. Do you mean to say our Devi Devatas listen to Lord Narayana? No way. They are also exactly like us. They will listen to everything. Just like Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna said, when Krishna in the 18th chapter was asking, Kachideta Shrutam Partha, Ima, you remember the verse? In the 18th chapter, Kachideta Shrutam Partha,
Tvayakagrena Chetasa.
Tvayikagrena Chetasa, Kachid Ajnanajam Mohaha, Pranashasti Dhananjaya. Immediately Arjuna says, oh, very good Krishna, very good Krishna. Nashto mohaha skutir labdva pat prasadan mayachyuta sthitosmi gatasattehaha karishye vachanantava. Oh, Krishna is asking Arjuna, has your ignorance gone? Did you listen to me carefully about the whole contents of Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna says, very good Krishna, Nashto mohaha skutir labdva tat prasadan mayachyuta. Krishna, my ignorance is gone. My delusion is gone. I will do what you want me to do. Did he do it? It is only namesake for winning the war. He says he will do it. Neither Arjuna did Sharanagati, nor Arjuna get moksha. Same thing, Devi Devatas. Don't be fascinated, but they were all fascinated. Now, Indra went and convinced Bali Chakravarti. This Bali Chakravarti, Prahlada's son Virochana, Virochana's son, Bali Chakravarti. That's why Bali Chakravarti is also called Vairochani, Virochana's son Vairochani. So Indra convinced Bali Chakravarti also to join for churning. And Bali Chakravarti discussed it with his friends and associates. The Rakshasas, Shambara, Arishtanemi, the Tripurasuras. Well, Devatas and Rakshasas came together, have shaken the Mandharagiri, and to bring it, their strength was not enough. They left that Mandharagiri halfway. Sri Mahavishnu took pity on the Devatas that they are getting crushed under the Mandharagiri. Sri Mahavishnu appeared there on his Garuda Vahana. Sri Mahavishnu, with his nectarian eyesight, could revive all the fallen Devi Devatas. Sri Mahavishnu very easily, effortlessly, just with one hand, he lifted that entire Manthara hill, which thousands of Devi Devatas and Rakshasas put together could not carry all the way to the Kshirosagar. Kept that Mandharagiri on Garuda's back. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana himself sat on Garuda. And Garuda brought that Mandharagiri and dropped it in the ocean of milk. Imagine what is the strength of Garuda. Vedatma Vihageshwara is the carrier for Sriman Narayana. What Devi Devatas and even Bali Chakravarti etc. could not bring, Bhagavan could easily lift it with his one hand, keep it on Garuda and bring it, and allow the Devatas and Rakshasas to start their journey. In the beginning, Sriman Narayana also joined for the churning. Sriman Narayana was holding on to the head side of Vasuki. Immediately, all the Devi Devatas also joined Sriman Narayana on the head side of Vasuki. Devi Devatas, as they were about to churn, Rakshasas were offended. They felt head is better than the tail. If Devatas are holding onto the head of Vasuki, are we so inferior that we have to hold on the tail side? No way, we don't want to join this churning. Sriman Narayana, just 1 second. ఉండిపోయిందా ఒక నేను వస్తాను తీసి ఆఫీస్ రూమ్లో పెట్టి లాక్ చేద్దాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ టెలింగ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ నేను. Now, Rakshasas, their self-image was hurt. You people will hold on to the head side and we have to hold on the tail side? No way. Sriman Narayana smiled. Okay, we'll change. Devatas were happy to go with Sriman Narayana and hold on to the tail side. Rakshasas came to the head side. Now, as they started churning, Vasuki, completely undergoing so much of churning, started emitting poisonous fumes. And some of the Rakshasas were there. becoming unconscious just for the poisonous fumes. Now, for the weight of the Mandharagiri, there is no support at the bottom. Therefore, the Mandharagiri was just going deeper and deeper and was sinking into the ocean. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, we know Kurma Avataram. Can anyone of you guess how big is the Kurma Avataram, Mama? Thank you, Mamala. You are showing a nice picture of Mandharagiri and the Kurma Avataram. Can you guess what could be the size of that Kurma Avataram, Mama? Just give a guess, Mama. 1 mile wide, 2 miles wide, 10 miles wide.
Cannot imagine, Guardian.
I know. That is a nice way of saying that we don't know the answer. But give
Swami,
some number. Give
Swami,
some number.
3,000 square kilometers.
How much?
3,000 square kilometers.
Wow, 3,000 square kilometers. Okay, Amma, any other guesses, Amma?
It should obviously be twice bigger than the mountain, probably.
That's all correct. Give a number, Amma. I'm a very simple person. I understand only 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles, 10,000 miles. Okay. Those days, they used to measure distances in yojanas. Yojanas. The smallest denomination for a yojana, they accepted as 1.6 miles. And the highest number that is given for a yojana is at 10 miles. Even if you take the smaller side of it, 1.6 miles. Some people consider the 8 miles, some people 10 miles, like the highest 10, the greatest denomination of a yojana is 10 miles. People have. Now, how big is Kurma Avatara? 100,000 yojanas. 100,000 yojanas is the Kurma Avatara's Prishtam, the back of the Kurma Avatara. 100,000 yojanas means, even if you take the minimum 1.6 miles, 160,000 miles is the width of the Kurma Avatara. Or if you take the higher side, 10 miles for a yojana, 100,000 times 10 is 1 million miles wide is Kurma Avatara. And when nicely Kurma Avatara was there, and as Devatas and Rakshasas are churning, now, remember Vedanta Desika in his Dashavatara Stotram says, Kanduya Nainadrina. Same thing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Bibhrataha avartanam adikachapo mene anga kanduya namaprameya. It's a very fine analogy. Suppose you are there lying down on a bed for a long, long time. In the modern days, what do you call them, sir? They say they get bed sores. Your back will be developing bed sores. So Sriman Narayana, always there, Shantakaram Bhajgashainam, felt a little bit of bed sores maybe. He became Kurmavatara with his back supporting Mandharagiri. Devatas and Rakshasas churning was a nice scratching to remove the itching sensation of Lord Narayana's long time lying down. That's how it is mentioned. Kanduyanam aprameyaha. Kanduyam means itching. Constantly lying down. Bhagavan's back was itching. As Kurmavatara, the Mandharagiri is there rotating this way, that way. He is like a nice and soft itching for Lord Sriman Narayana. That is the supremacy of Himama. Now, Bhagavan thought it is time to bless these people. Even though Devatas and Rakshasas were churning, Mandharagiri was tilting. So Bhagavan used his hands to hold on to the top portion of the Mandara mountain and maintain the balance. On one hand, he is there below the Mandaragiri to provide some support. On the other hand, Sriman Narayana was keeping his hand on top of the Mandaragiri to balance it from sliding or sinking on one side. On one hand, Srihari was holding the rope, was churning. On the other hand, he became the Kurma Avatara and was supporting. On the other hand, Mandaragiri is his Amsha, Vasuki is his Amsha. And now, after continuous churning, unimaginable halahalam has appeared. Then Prajapatis prayed to Shankara. Deva Deva Mahadeva Bhutatman Bhutabhavana Trahinaha Sharanapannam Trailokya Dahanad Vishat. They prayed to Shankara, and Shankara drank that poison and became Nilakantha. That is why there are lots of sections in the Vedas to glorify Shankara for his great activities for helping the Devi Devatas. In some of the Veda mantras, it is mentioned in the Panchopanishad mantras as Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, Ishana. And he is also glorified in the Vedas. Sadyo Jatam Prapajami, Sadyo Jata Ivai Namo Namaha, Bhave Bhavenati Bhave Bhavasvam, Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavodbhavaya Namaha, Vamadevaya Namo, Jeshta Yanama Shreshta Yanamo, Rudra Yanama Kala Yanama Kalavikarnaya Namo, Balavikarnaya Namo, Balaya Namo, Balaprabhadanaya Namo, Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo, Manonmanaya Namaha, Aghore Ebhyo Dhagore Ebhyo Ghora Ghora Tarebhya, सर्वेभ्यः सर्वशर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो. The Veda mantras have given the due respect for all the Devi Devatas for their achievements also. This is how Shankara is glorified in the Vedas. As the Panchopanishad mantras are Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, and Ishana. So, accepting the prayer of the Devi Devatas, Shankara drank that poison. Now here is a very wonderful statement. Shankara was telling Parvati Devi. Shankara was telling Parvati Devi that Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana will be very happy with those people who extend a helping hand for all the Jivatmas who are in distress. Therefore, let me please Sri Hari by drinking this poison and saving the Devi Devatas. See how beautifully Shankara says. Srimad Bhagavatam, Ashtama Skandham, 8th canto, 7th chapter, 40th verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Ashtama Skandham, 7th adhyayam, 40th slokam. Prite harau, Bhagavati priyeham sa chara charaha. Tasmat idam garam, bhunje prajanam swastirastu me. Shankara is telling Parvati Devi, if anybody is there showing some mercy towards the downtrodden, towards the destitute, that Supreme Lord Sri Hari, who is there as a Sarvantaryami, as Antaryami, will be pleased. Therefore, to please the Devi Devatas, let me drink this poison. And that Kalakuta Visham kept it in his hand and drank it. Now, what happened? After drinking that poison, Shankara did not think of putting it inside his stomach, kept it only in his throat. Therefore, he became immediately, as a consequence of having taken that poison, he became Nilakantha. Now comes the churning continued, on and on and on. As Shankara was taking that poison, a couple of drops fell on the ground. And that couple of drops was there taken by the snakes, the scorpions, and some kind of plants that became very, very poisonous. As the churning continued, Kamadhenu appeared. All the Maharshis, they felt Kamadhenu is for them to complete their yajnas uninterrupted with enough supply of samidhas, ghee, etc., oshadis. There appeared a beautiful white horse that can also fly. And Bali Chakravarti said, let me have it. And afterwards, a great elephant, white elephant, Airavatam, with the 4 tusks have appeared. Now, that wish-yielding jewel on the chest of Narayana, Kaustubham, appeared. Srihari kept it on his chest. Parijata Vruksham, Kalpa Vruksham appeared. They were shifted to Devalokam. Then Apsarasas have appeared. They were also there sent to Swargalokam to entertain the people who come there to enjoy the fruits of their punya karma. And again, Mahalakshmi herself has come out of the ocean of milk. When Mahalakshmi came, everyone started doing menial services to please Mahalakshmi. Indra arranged a beautiful simhasanam and brought sacred water from various rivers in gold kalashas. Bhudevi gave all the medicinal herbs and other things to be mixed in the water for Mahalakshmi's Abhishekam. All the cows personified gave the Panchagavyas. Now, Maharshis did the Abhishekam to Sri Mahalakshmi. Then, Sri Mahalakshmi was there with her Vaijayanti Mala, was sitting on a throne. The mighty elephants came with the gold vessels and started doing the Abhishekam of Sri Mahalakshmi. Ocean personified gave the Pitambaras to Mahalakshmi. Varuna gave Vaijayanti Mala. Vishwakarma gave the Abharanas. Saraswati gave Sri Mahalakshmi a Mutyala Hara. Nagas presented the Kundalas. And Sri Mahalakshmi was there holding a beautiful garland of lotus flowers. Sri Mahalakshmi wanted to marry Purushottama, She was just searching. In front of her, there are Gandharvas, Yakshas, Devatas, Asuras, Siddhas, Charanas, etc. But she could not find Sriman Narayana. Mahalakshmi started disqualifying every Devi Devata. Somebody is having Dirghayush, but he doesn't have character. Somebody is there, Amangala Veshadhari. Therefore, I cannot go there. Mahalakshmi was there waiting and searching for Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana is the only one who was not standing in a line before Mahalakshmi, thinking that will Mahalakshmi garland them. She passed on. One Devata, one very great God. If I marry him, I do not know how long my Mangalya will be there intact. He'll be giving unimaginable boons to Rakshasas and it will end up backfiring. Another great Devata, this fellow doesn't even have any moral values. Another great Devi Devatas, this fellow is the meanest of the meanest one. To satisfy his desires, he will go to any extent. Like that, he started disqualifying everyone. And finally, Sri Mahalakshmi came to Sriman Narayana, searching for him, and gave that Vaijayanti Mala to him. Mahalakshmi started looking at the chest of Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana understood and kept her permanently on his chest. That is why Vishnu Vakshasthalayam, Nityana Payine, Eka Bharya Chanchalasa, Eka Bharya Pragatarachala Chanchalasa Dvitiya. Mahalakshmi is called Chanchala, but there is only one place she will stay eternally, permanently, without even moving an inch. That is Vishnu Vakshasthalam. On Vishnu Vakshasthalam, Mahalakshmi ended as Nityana Payine. Sri Mahalakshmi and Sriman Narayana put together are called the Divya Dampatis. And afterwards, as they started churning and churning and churning, Sriman Narayana himself appeared as Dhanvantari. Savai Bhagavataha Sakshat Vishnohu Amshamsha Sambhavaha. Dhanvantari iti khyata Ayurveda Drugijabhak. Sri Mahavishnu's Amshavataram appeared as Dhanvantari with Amruta Kalasham. Ayurveda Pravartaka, Yajna Bhokta, Dhanvantari. The Rakshasas were there interested only in that Amruta Kalasham. And as Dhanvantari was holding the Amruta Kalasham, Rakshasas grabbed that Amruta Kalasham. Devatas had no choice but to surrender to Lord Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana assured them he will use his Yogamaya and not to worry. At that time, Sriman Narayana became the most unimaginably charming Mohini. That Mohini avataram when Bhagavan has taken, the Devi Devatas were there, totally mesmerized. They started forgetting about Amrutam. The Rakshasas especially started running behind her. They handed over the Amrita Kalasham to Mohini, saying that we are all the children of Kashyapa Prajapati. We are brothers. Therefore, you distribute whatever you feel is right. Sriman Narayana said, you are Kashyapa Maharshi's children, whereas I am a woman. I am a Chapala. Why are you asking me to do justice? Sriman Narayana himself says, Shala Vrukanam Strinancha Swarininam Suradvishaha. Just as people will not trust a fox, same thing, why are you trusting me? You should not trust me at all. Devatas and Rakshasas smiled and handed over the Amrita Kalisham and said, whichever way you want to do, it is acceptable to us. As instructed by her, they all did their Snana Sandhya, the Anushtanas. Devatas and Rakshasas were there sitting in different rows. Some people, Prangmukham, Mohini Devi entered. Mohini Devi was there appearing almost as a maid of Sri Mahalakshmi. Mohini Devi was mesmerizing everyone. Mohini Devi divided Devatas and Rakshasas into two batches. She was mesmerizing the Rakshasas with her smiles, but came to Devatas and was distributing Amrutam to them. The Rakshasas knew that Mohini is not giving them Amrutam, but is pretending to give them, is mesmerizing them with her song and dance. But they were afraid to confront Mohini because they're afraid if they confront, Mohini may not even be looking at them. Now, there was a demon, Devalinga Pratichannaha Swarbhanuhu Deva Samsadi. This Rakshasa Rahu, disguised himself as a Devata, came and sat in the group of Devatas. Mohini Devi gave him also Amrutam. He just took it, it is still there in his mouth. He didn't gulp. Surya and Chandra alerted Mohini. Mohini Devi brought Sudarshana Chakram, Sriman Narayana Sudarshana Chakram immediately and cut off the head of Rahu. Because Amrutam is there in the mouth, the head became immortal and he didn't have any body. Now, when Devatas and Rakshasas were enjoying the Amrutam, Sriman Narayana ended his Mohini avataram. On that day during Kshirasagara Madhanam, unimaginable number of roles Sriman Narayana has played. His Amsha is Mandharagiri. His Amsha is Indra. His Amsha is Vasuki. He himself became Kurma Avatara. He became Dhanvantari. He became Mohini. Sriman Narayana is the one who alone can do all these things. Millions and millions of roles. Only he could do. So that is how we understand. And of course, afterwards, in the episode of Bhasmasura, we will take it up at another time. So now, the greatest of the greatest event in Srimad Bhagavatam is Sri Krishna Avatara Ghatam. From now onwards, don't look for time. How many weeks? I don't know. How many days? I don't know. There are no words to describe Sri Krishna's manifestation or incarnation over here. How do we know that? Let's look at the lineage. There was a gentleman by name Shurasena. Shurasena was also having another name, Devamedha. Devamedha, also called Shurasena, had a wife by name Marisha. Now, Shurasena and Marisha had 10 sons. And one of the 10 sons is Vasudeva. Vasudeva's other 9 brothers are Vasudeva, Devabhaga, Devashrava, Anaka, Srunjaya, Shamaka, Kanku, Shamika, Vatsaka, Vruka. When Vasudeva was born, divine kettles started blaring up. Divine drums started blaring up. Therefore, he was named Anaka Dundubhi. Anaka Dundubhi. He is also called Vasudeva. And Vasudeva's Janma is a Dhanyam because he happened to be the father of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. In addition to 10 sons, Marisha and Shurasena also had also had 5 daughters. One daughter, Prudha, afterwards went in adoption to Kunti Bhoja, changed her name as Kunti. Other daughters are Shrutadeva, Shrutakirti, Shrutashrava, Rajadhidevi. Being pleased with the services of Kunti Devi, Durvasa Maharshi gave her a great mantra called Devahuti, with which she can invite any Devi Devata, any Devata, and she can get a wonderful son through the god she is invoking. A young unmarried girl, Kunti, in her childish curiosity, wanted to test the efficacy of the mantra and invited Surya. Surya, having come, convinced her that she will have a son and he will be protecting her, protecting that son. That is how Kunti Devi got Karna as her first child even before she got married. Then, of course, she left that newborn baby in a basket with plenty of jewelry and pushed into the river. Now comes Kunti Devi's one sister, Shruta Devi. Shruta Devi married Vruddha Sharma, and their child is Dantavaktra. Dantavaktra, the other Dwarapalaka. He is the one who was Hiranyaksha before. Kunti Devi's another sister, Shrutakirti. Shrutakirti married Drushtaketu, and they had a son, Pratyardana. Rajadhidevi, Kunti Devi's another sister, married Jayasena or Jayatsena, and she had 2 sons, Vinda and Anuvinda. And of course, she also had a daughter, Mitravinda. And that Mitravinda was the fortunate one, Rajadhidevi's daughter, Mitravinda. Rajadhidevi's daughter, Mitravinda, ended up marrying Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Oh, yes. Huh? అర్థం కాలేదయ్యా తీసుకోయ్యా అక్కడే ఉన్నాయి. Now, another sister, Shrutashrava, she married Damaghosha of Chedi, and they had a son, Shishupala. Shishupala is none other than Hiranyakashipu before, Ravana before. So that's how this time the Dwarapalakas Jaya and Vijaya are born as the first cousins of Krishna. As much as Arjuna is close to Krishna, as Krishna's father Vasudeva, Vasudeva's sister Kunti, so paternal aunt's son Arjuna. Same way, Shishupala is also another paternal aunt, Shrutashrava's son. Dantavaktra is also Krishna's paternal aunt Shrutadeva's son. So both of them, Shishupala and Dantavaktra, are related to Krishna as much as Arjuna is connected to Krishna. But Arjuna was friends with Krishna, but those people were bitter enemies of Krishna. Now, most of you know only that Krishna married quite a few people. Do you have any idea how many people Krishna's father Vasudeva married? Krishna married only the 8 forms of Mahalakshmi, Ashtalakshmis. But Krishna's father Vasudeva, Emma, could you guess how many people he married? Vasudeva married 18 ladies, not one or two, 18 ladies he married. And some of them, Pauravi, Rohini, Bhadra, Madira, Rochana, Ila, Devaki. Now, when I told you, you remember? Bhagavan Sri Krishna appeared in the jailhouse where Devaki and Vasudeva are under house arrest. Of course, Vasudeva immediately took Krishna and left with Nanda's wife Yashoda, brought Yashoda's daughter. I asked you, do you remember? I don't know whether you remember. Why did Vasudeva go only to Nanda? Any idea, ma? Because Nanda is a brother of Vasudeva. So, he knows Nanda very well. Now, Vasudeva, Devaki, they got married. We know. When Vasudeva married Devaki, and Devaki was there coming to the in-laws' place, Kamsa, Ugrasena's son, started driving the chariot. That is when he hears an invisible voice, Ashariravani, that the 8th child of Devaki will kill Kamsa. But Krishna is the 8th child. So Devaki and Vasudeva must have had 7 children before Krishna. Any idea, ma, who are they? Srimad Bhagavatam says, Vasudeva and Devaki had Kirtimanta, Sushena, Bhadrasena, Ruju, Sammardana, Bhadra. These are the 6 children who were killed by Kamsa. Balarama is the 7th child. Krishna is the 8th child. And of course, Ashtamastu tayorasit swayameva harikila. Ashtamastu tayoho asit swayam eva harikila. Yete chamshakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan swayam. Sriman Narayana himself has appeared as Krishna. And Krishna had a sister also, Subhadra. Now coming to the present. Bhagavan Sri Krishna has to appear here in the Yaduvamsham. In the Yaduvamsham. Therefore, Brahmadeva asked all the Devi Devatas to come and take birth in various families that are related to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Just to protect Bhudevi and to wipe out the unnecessary burden that Bhudevi is unable to bear. Bhuri bharena brahmanam sharanam yayau. Bhudevi, taking the form of a cow, went to Brahmadeva that his creation has become such unimaginable Rakshasas that the burden of these Rakshasas Bhudevi is unable to bear. So Brahmadeva, along with Bhudevi, along with Shankara, along with other Devi Devatas, went to the Kshirasagaram. Brahmadeva was meditating on the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana with the Purusha Suktam. Sahasra Sirusha Purusha, like that. When Brahmadeva was there in the Samadhi state, in the trance, in the tranquil state, Samadhi, he got his message from Sriman Narayana and he started making announcement. Devi Devatas, Sriman Narayana will be appearing on the planet Earth to wipe out the burden of Mother Earth. So all you people with your amshas, take birth in the Yaduvamsham. Sriman Narayana himself will appear as Krishna. Let all the Apsarasas take birth in Nanda Gokulam. Let Ananta with 1,000 hoods become Balarama that time. Let Yogamaya, the divine illusory potency Yogamaya, work under the commandership of Lord Sri Krishna. That's how Brahmadeva got the message from Sriman Narayana. Shurasena was living in Mathura. Shurasena's son is Vasudeva. Vasudeva got married to Devaki Devi. Ugrasena's son is Kamsa, related to Devaki Devi as a brother. Ugrasena and Devaka are brothers. Devaka's daughter Devaki. Ugrasena's son is Kamsa. When Devaki Devi was being sent to her in-laws' place, in Telugu they call it Sara, Tamil Siiru, I think. Means almost all the items needed for starting a new family, the bride's parents will be sending. Likewise, when Devaki Devi was being sent to the in-laws' place, look at the number of things her father has sent. 400 elephants, 15,000 horses, 1,800 chariots, and 200 servant maids were there given to start a fresh life. Devaki with her husband, Vasudeva. As Kamsa was driving the chariot, that is the time he hears, Asya astu ashtamo garbho hanta yam sahase abudha. Asyastvam ashtamo garbho hantayam vasude vahase abudha. A Asharirvani, invisible voice from the skies revealed, Kamsa, you should be real stupid. You are taking your sister Devaki Devi with so much of affection to her in-laws' place. But remember, the 8th child of this Devaki will kill you. That's it. When it comes to his own life, Kamsa forgot everything, dragged Devaki from the chariot, the bride, just got married bride, dragged her and wanted to kill her. Vasudeva, a very intelligent person, somehow or other convinced, my dear brother-in-law Kamsa, you are afraid of your death from the 8th child that Devaki is going to deliver. So your death is not from your sister, but from Devaki's children. So why do you worry about it? The minute a child is born, I will bring that newborn baby to you. You do whatever you want. Vasudeva thought, when we get the children, Bhagavan Narayana will show you a way out. But my first duty is how to save my wife, my newly wedded wife, Devaki. Very beautifully, Maharshi Vedavyasa says, Pradaya mruchave putran mochaye krupanamimam sutame yadi jayeran mruchurva na mriyeta chet. Kamsa, your death is there at the hands of my 8th child, not through my wife Devaki. So why killing her? Stri hacha mahapatakam, don't do it. The minute we get children, I'll bring them to you. You do whatever you want. Somehow or other, Vasudeva convinced Kamsa. Nahyasyaste bhayam somya yad vagaha asharirini putran samarpayishye asya yataste bhayam uttitam. For whatever reason, fate is much, much stronger than what we imagine. Kamsa left Devaki. Now, as expected, Vasudeva and Devaki had their first child Kirtimanta. Vasudeva gave that child Kirtimanta to Kamsa. Somehow Kamsa was there in a good mood. Even Kamsa was shocked to know the honesty and the integrity of Vasudeva. Nobody will bring their firstborn son, and that too only to be butchered by Kamsa. In spite of that, Vasudeva brought. Kamsa, in a very, very generous way, said, take this child back. I don't have to fear this child because this is the first child. I had to be afraid of your 8th child. Take him away. But unfortunately, or fortunately, Narada Maharshi wanted to accelerate the process of Lord Krishna's appearance in Nanda Gokulam. So Narada Maharshi comes and tells Kamsa, Kamsa, do you know, everyone around you, everybody from the Vrishna Vamsham, from the Yadu Vamsham, Devaki, Nanda, Vasudeva, Jnatis, Bandhus, Mitras, they are all Daivamsha Sambhutas. They all have a speck of divinity in them. Whereas all the people that are helping you are your followers. They are all Rakshasas. And when Kamsa heard they are all Devi Devatas, Narada Maharshi said, 8th child. How do you know which way to count 8th child? Is it 1 to 8? Or if you count from 8 to 1, don't you think 1 will be the 8th child? You count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. You count from 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So don't you think if you start from the other end, first child will be the 8th child? Therefore, you don't know who is going to kill you. Devakim Vasudevancha Nikruhya Nigadair Gruhe Jatam Jatamahan Putram Tayoho Ajana Shankaya. Kamsa was so angry that these devatas has conspired against him and appeared like this in Yaduvamsham. And one of them is going to kill him. So he kept Devaki and Vasudeva under house arrest and started killing all the 6 firstborn kids of Devaki one by one every year. Now comes Kamsa. Kamsa's father-in-law is a Jarasandha. Kamsa had friends with Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trunavarta, Aghasura, Mushtika, Arishta, Vivida, Putana, Keshi, Dhenuka, different Rakshasas. Now this side, Yadavas, Yaduvamsha Sambhutas, Kuru, Panchala, Kekaya, Salva, Vidarbha, Nishadha, Videha, Kosala. Unable to bear the atrocities of Kamsa, some of the Yadavas, they took shelter in these kingdoms. Now, when Devaki Devi was expecting the 7th child, now comes the wonder of the wonders. In Sri Vaikuntham, Sriman Narayana invokes his Yoga Maya. Bhagavan api Vishwatma Viditva Kamsayam Bhayam Yadunam Nijanadhanam Yoga Mayam Samadhishat. Lord Sriman Narayana invoked his Yoga Maya. Now he says, Gachadevi Vrajam Bhadre Gopa Gobhihe Alankrutam Rohini Vasudevasya Bharyaste Nanda Gokule Anyascha Kamsa Samvigna Vivareshu Vasantihi Devakya Jatare Garbham Seshakyam Dhammamamakam Tattan Nikrishya Rohinya Udare Sanniveshaya. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana gave the instructions to Yogamaya. Yogamaya, go to Nanda Gokulam. Vasudeva's wife Devaki is expecting the 7th child. That 7th child is none other than my Amsha Adisesha. That child cannot be killed by Kamsa. Vasudeva's another wife Rohini is there in Nanda Gokulam. Make an embryo transfer from the womb of Devaki into the womb of Rohini. Conceived by Devaki but taken out, Karshanam, and implanted in Rohini's womb. He will be called Sankarshana, Balarama. And myself, as a Sadguna Ishwarya Sampanna, will appear as the 8th child of Devaki. And you, Yogamaya, be born as the daughter of Yashoda and Nanda. Namadheyani kurvanti sthanani cha nara bhuvi Durgeti Bhadrakaleti Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha Kumuda Chandika Krishna Madhavi Kanyaketi cha Maya Narayani Ishani Sharada Iti Ambiketi cha. Sriman Narayana gave a blessing to Yogamaya. For having done my bidding, people will be worshipping you with 14 names, namely Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada, and Ambika. And this child will be known as Balarama. because of his immense strength. Yogamaya was so happy to receive the orders from Sriman Narayana. Sandishtaivam Bhagavata Tadha iti omiti tadvachaha pratigruhya parikramya gam gata tat tadha karot. Yogamaya did pradakshanam to Lord Sriman Narayana and with his permission left to Nanda Gokulam. When Yogamaya took the embryo from the womb of Devaki and implanted in the womb of Rohini, everybody thought, Aho Vistamsito Garbha iti Paura Vichukrushahu. Everybody felt that Devaki had a miscarriage. Now, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana, Avivesha Amshabhagena Mana Anakadundubhe. Sriman Narayana went and occupied the mind of Vasudeva. And Bhagavan Sriman Narayana from Vasudeva entered the womb of Devaki Devi. Sriman Narayana, the Supreme Lord, has been a Garbhastha Shishu of Devaki. Devaki Devi have become the Avasasthanam, have become the temple. Devaki Devi was there glowing with the Sriman Narayana inside her womb. Kamsa saw the glow on the face of Devaki, his own sister. So, Bhagavan appeared, Bhagavan was there possessing the mind of Vasudeva. So, from the mind of Vasudeva, Bhagavan entered the womb of Devaki. Looking at the glow on the face of Devaki, Kamsa was always thinking, Tam Viksha Kamsaha Prabhaya Ajitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Shuchasmitam Ahaishame Pranaharo Harir Guham Dhruvam Shito Yanna Puriya Midrashi. Kamsa is now very much sure, I never saw this kind of a glow in the face of Devaki. That means that Srihari is going to be born as her son and he will kill me. In fact, Kamsa once again wanted to kill Devaki Devi when she was expecting the 8th child. But some sense prevailed on him that a woman should never be put to death. And he did not kill Devaki. Otherwise, he was almost ready to kill. When Devaki Devi was there in the prison house along with Vasudeva, guess how many devatas came there to visit Devaki Devi? Brahma, Shankara, Indradi devatas, Naradadi Maharshis. Every one of them started glorifying Devaki Devi more than Sriman Narayana and Sriman Narayana more than Devaki Devi. The entire Purusha Sukta are being chanted here. Brahma Bhavascha Tatraicha Satya Vratam Satya Param Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satye. That Satya Swarupa, Sriman Narayana, Brahma, Rudra, the Devatas were praising the child in the womb of Devaki Devi. Unimaginable, but true. And they all are praying to the Garbhastha Sriman Narayana, but like an innocent lady, Devaki Devi is asking the Devi Devatas, will you please bless my son, my child? My firstborn 6 kids were killed by Kamsa. I lost my 7th pregnancy. This is the 8th child. Can you please bless this child? Can you please bless the child? Devi Devatas were replying, Mata Devaki Devi, your Garbhastha Shishu is the Supreme Lord, who is going to incarnate as your son only to protect us. He is the one to protect us. What is it that we can protect your son? Now, when the actual time came for the appearance of Lord Sri Krishna, Adha Gunopetaha Kalaha Paramashovanaha, everything was there, so pleasant, so peaceful. Rohini Nakshatra has just entered. Moon entered the Rohini Nakshatra. Moon entering Rohini is the favorite of Chandra. When the time came for Bhagavan Sri Krishna to appear, all the Devi Devatas were there blaring the musical instruments. Apsaro Bharmanis were there dancing in ecstasy. A rain of flowers were there all over the grounds, all over the earth. Vidyadhara Stris, along with the Apsarasas, started dancing in ecstasy. And Sri Mahavishnu, Avirasit Yadha Pracham, Dishi Induhu Iva Pushkalaha. Just as the full moon is there rising in the eastern horizon, as full moon is there rising in the eastern horizon, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana appeared in the prison house, not as a child, but as the full-fledged Sriman Narayana. Vedavyasa says, Tamadbhutam balakam ambujekshanam chaturbhujam shankha jakra gadadyu ayudham Srivatsa Lakshmam Galashobhi Kaustubham Pitambaram Sandra Payoda Saubhagam. First of all, understand, Amma, every Devi Devata is equally a Jivatma like you and me. They are Devi Devatas because of their acquired Punya Karma. Millions and millions of units of Punya Karma. Otherwise, they are also Jivatmas. If your Punya Karma is there, you can be born as a Devi Devata. That is the reason why they very clearly say Sriman Narayana is Bhagavan. They don't call Krishna or Narayana as Deva. Devatas are different. Jivatmas. Bhagavan is Paramatma. That Supreme Lord who appears as Antaryami with the Shankha Chakra Chaturbhujas, in Shankha Chakra Gada Padmas in the 4 hands, Srivatsam on his chest, Kaustubham wish-shielding jewel, Maharha Vaidurya Kirita Kundala with a beautiful Kiritam, Ratna Sthakita Kundalas. Now, Vasudeva in the prison house was so ecstatic to see Sriman Narayana. He could not even get out to get some cows and do Godanam. On all auspicious occasions, they do Godanam. In his own mind, Vasudeva has given thousands of Godanas, thousands of cows. He has donated in his mind because physically he could not get out of the prison house. At that time, the fear due to Kamsa has completely disappeared for Vasudeva. Because the child that is born is Adbhuta child, a miraculous child. Ambujekshanam, looking at the Divya Mangala Vigraha of Lord Sriman Narayana, Vasudeva prostrated to him, to the child, or to Sriman Narayana, and was glorifying him. Viditosi bhavan sakshat purushaha prakrutehe paraha kevala anubhava ananda swarupaha sarva buddhi druk. So the glories of Sriman Narayana, Vasudeva is enumerating. Hey Krishna, hey Supreme Lord Narayana, hey Ananda Swarupa, hey Anubhavaika Vejja, hey Vang Manasa Agochara, hey Srihari, how can I understand the Mahat Tattva that you have created? And how can I understand from the Mahat the Panchabhutas, Pancha Tanmatras, the Pancha Jnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas? How can I see them arising beyond my comprehension? Krishna, only when you decide, just by your sankalpam, this Brahmandam will come into existence. Prabhu, you are Purnakama. You are Gunatita, not Nirguna, Gunatita, beyond the Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, because you are the only one who can be in Shuddha Sattvam. And you are Sthiti Laya Karana. Hey Swami, depending on your will, you appear in Shukla Varna, Krishna Varna, Rakta Varna, or Krishna Varna. Tvamasya Lokasya Vibhori Rakshishahu. Gruhe avatirnosi mama Akileshwara. Hey Swami, even though you are the Sarva Shaktiman, you yourself through your own sankalpam will incarnate like that. It is not that anyone can create Narayana. With his own kalpam, Bhagavan manifests. Now it is Devaki's turn to fall at the feet of Lord Sriman Narayana. Satta matram nirvishesham riham sattam sakshat Vishnu adhyatma deepaha. Hey Sriman Narayana, I cannot even I cannot even imagine how many forms you can take. Even when nothing is there available, you are the only one that is remaining. That is why you are called Seshi, the master of all the universes. The Jivatmas are called Sesha, eternal servants of you. People are afraid of death. That's why they try to do so many things except surrendering at your feet. Only that person, Tvat Padabjam Prapya, Yadruchayadya Swastaha Shete, Mrutyuhu Asmadapaiti. Hey Krishna, hey Sriman Narayana, only by absolute surrender, people can expect to have some peace of mind. Hey Vishwarupa, hey Chaturbhajadhari, hey Shankha Chakra Gada Padmadhari, may you kindly withdraw your divine form as Sriman Narayana. You can be the Supreme Lord, you can be the infant, you can create the pralayam, you can wipe out the pralayam. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, you became my Garbhastha Shishu, and now you incarnated. How fortunate are we that you accepted us to be your parents. That is the time Bhagavan Sriman Narayana started telling the background of Devaki and Vasudeva. O Mother Devaki, this is not the first time I am born to you. In the Swayambhuva Manvantara, this Mahatma Vasudeva is called Sutapa and you are called Prishni. The four-faced creator, Brahmadeva, wanted you to resort to giving birth to children, to give bodies to the Jivatmas. But you did not resort to giving birth to children. You do tapasya. How? Just eating the leaves that have fallen down from the trees. Shirna parna anila ahara a upashantena. You did unimaginable tapasya, eating only the leaves that fell down from the trees, not even hurting the trees. And after some time, you stopped eating even those leaves, and only you were breathing, nothing other than that. Just by your breath itself, you control your life, and both of you prayed to me, not one day, not 2 days. Dvadasheyuhu madatmanoh Divya Varsha Sahasrani Dvadasheyuhu Madatmano. 12,000 divine years you prayed, you did meditation on me. 12,000. And when I appeared and asked you, what do you want? You wanted a son like me, wanted a son like me, wanted a son like me. There is nobody like me. I have no equals nor any superiors. So I myself have to be born to you. Ramo Dvirnabhibhashate. I have to keep up my word. I am Satyasantha. I have to be born to you. That first time I was born to you, I was called Pushnigarbha. The second time you people appeared as Kashyapa and Aditi. And I was born to you as Vamana. Now, this is the third time. Trutiyesmin bhaveham vai tenaiva vapushadhavam. Jato bhuyastayoreva satyam me vyahrutam sati. This is the last and final birth for you. You do not remember the past, but I know everything. Now, even if you look at me with Vatsalya Bhavam instead of Parabrahma Bhavam, you will attain my Parandhamam after this lifetime. Immediately, Bhagavan became a small child. And Sriman Narayana instructed through the communication from the mind to the mind, prerana. Vasudeva took the newborn baby boy and came out of the prison house. Same time, Yogamaya appeared as Nanda and Yashoda's daughter. Now, the prison house doors got unlocked. All the prison guards, how many magics you want? All the prison guards fell asleep. Vasudeva came out. It was drizzling. Adisesha immediately appeared from nowhere, spread his thousands of hoods, made it like an umbrella. Vasudeva doesn't even know. So as Vasudeva was walking from Mathura to Nandagokulam, Adisesha came and was there spreading his hoods like an umbrella on Krishna. When Vasudeva has to cross the river Yamuna, Yamuna was in floods, middle of the night, no boatsmen. Immediately, Yamuna just split into two and gave way to Vasudeva. That's what our Acharyas say. Sri Rama is none other than the Purna Avatara. Sri Krishna, Paripurna Avatara. When Sri Rama has to cross the ocean, 3 days and nights he fasted in Darbhashainam, finally built a bridge. When Vasudeva has to cross the river, Sri Krishna just dropped his feet into the waters. Yamuna was just perplexed that her would-be Lord has come now and his feet are touching her. Yamuna became a beautiful river and gave way. Yamuna was so happy that her future husband, as Kalindi, she'll be marrying Krishna. She gave way. Vasudeva walked all the way to Nanda Gokulam. In the village, Yashoda in labor, every lady in the village were around, holding the hands of Yashoda. Finally, when the baby is born, first thing everybody will notice, baby boy or baby girl. Nobody even knows Yashoda delivered a baby boy or baby girl. Nobody could even find that Vasudeva was coming into their house. Vasudeva kept the newborn boy there and brought the newborn little girl and gave her back to Devaki. And Devaki was so happy holding on to the baby girl. When Vasudeva returned, the prison doors were locked. Prison guards came back to their consciousness from their sleep. Everything was normal. That is why they say, if Krishna wants to play the magic, nobody can stand. Yashoda Nandapatni cha jatam paramabudhyata na tallingam parishranta nidranyapagata smrutihi. Very clearly says, Yashoda, because of the effects of Yogamaya, did not even know that Yashoda gave birth to a baby boy or baby girl. Whenever a child is born, what is the first question people ask? Baby boy or baby girl? Nobody knows even. That is Yogamaya. Enjoy the divine appearance of Lord Krishna. And if you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into the Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah chektva deham punarjanma naiti mapnot Arjuna. If only you can understand the divine incarnation and the activities of Lord Krishna, after leaving this body, you will not have another birth. Chektva deham punarjanma naiti mapnot Arjuna. That is the supremacy of Lord Krishna. Right, Amma Mala? Go ahead, Amma, if you have some time, go ahead with your...
Sure.
And we'll continue Avataram as long as... Go ahead, Mala.
I'm just requesting anyone to post their questions. If not, I will pick the questions from the list that we have.
Okay, Ma, Chakradhar.
One of the questions that Swamiji sometime back I got was, even though Bali Chakravarti gave whatever Krishna wanted, why was he sent to Patalok?
Bali Chakravarti committed some offenses. It is not his turn to become Indra. Going against the will of the Lord, he kicked Indra out of Sargam. That's not correct. Everyone has to follow the rule of law. Bali Chakravarti flouted. But because he happens to be the grandson of Prahlada, because Sriman Narayana gave a promise to Prahlada, from today in your family, even if they become Rakshasas, I will only punish them, but I will not kill them. That is why Bhagavan did not kill Bali Chakravarti, but only pushed him down to Sutala Lokam. So Bali Chakravarti gave his everything. Bali Chakravarti gave only 3 feet of land. But Vamana Deva became Trivikrama and occupied all the 3 worlds. With no room to keep the 3rd foot, that's why Bali Chakravarti showed his head, and accordingly Bhagavan has to send him to Sutala Lokam. Dharmam. Violate dharmam, Bhagavan will not tolerate. Go ahead, Ma.
Swami, I have a question. if I mean Devi Devatas, right? They go to Devloka based on their punya karma, and after that they come back when their punya exhausted, and they have to take birth in appropriate form. How, and also as part of the Kshirosagar Madanam, the Amrutam that comes, which gives immortality. And if they drink the immortality, how does the immortality works?
I think, okay, I got your point. I think you were not there when I explained in the very beginning that Amritam will not make you immune to death. That Amritam will make you live the full life that you are expected to live as a Devi Devata.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it, Swami. Thank you.
Say, for example, Indra, when he becomes Indra, he is supposed to be there for 1 manvantara. 14 Manus will change in 12 hours of Brahma. Brahma's 12 hours is called Kalpam, which is 4 billion years. So 4 billion years divided by 14. How much? Some 300 million years. So each Indra is supposed to be there for 300 million years. But Bali Chakravarti transgressed that law and wanted to be the Indra before his time is due. Therefore, Bhagavan has to punish. So Amritam will not give them blanket immunity from death. Amritam will give them immunity from death during their allotted lifetime.
Akala Mrityu kind of thing.
Exactly, Akala Mrityu.
Thank you, Swami.
Go ahead, Ma. Anyone of you, Ma?
Okay, meanwhile, I'll read the question from what we got in the past. Kids learning stories ask intriguing questions. If Krishna knew Kauravas were wrong and wanted to gain the kingdom from Pandavas by indulging in a cheating game of dice, why did he not intervene and stop the problem early on with his knowledge from being the god?
Bhagavan's purpose of incarnation is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. If they are number one cheats, they must be put to death. So why should Bhagavan intervene? Bhagavan is only looking for an excuse so that Dharmaraja, Yudhishthira will get mad at the Kauravas. Dharmaraja is such a good person. Whatever be the atrocities, he will never say, kill my own brothers. If Dharmaraja has to get ready for the war, an unimaginable thing has to happen. This is the part of the divine play. Just as you see in your movies, story, screenplay. What else, Sama? Story, screenplay, direction. What else, Sama? They say is by so and so. In all the creation, maintenance, dissolution, story, screenplay, script, direction, the Supreme Lord Narayana. Therefore, second thing, why he did not intervene? That's a good question. Did anybody ask Krishna to intervene, sir? Did anybody ask Krishna to intervene? Look at this. Unless and until you pray for it, Krishna will not intervene. Look at the way Ramachandra talks about his Sharanagati. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti cha yachate. Unless you beg for that Sharanagati, you will not get it. Look at Draupadi. Draupadi did not ask Krishna's intervention. Draupadi thought she can defend herself. He is a Draupadi Dharma Vijata, Adharma Vijata. Krishna did not interfere. Draupadi did not think of Krishna. She went to Dhritarashtra. Krishna did not interfere. When Dhritarashtra could not, Draupadi went to Bhishma. When Bhishma could not help her, she went to Dronacharya. When Dronacharya could not help her, she went to her husband Bhima. When Bhima could not help her, she depended on herself and started running away. Krishna did not come into picture. When Dushasana was pulling her sari, she tried to cover up her chest and then defend herself. Krishna did not come into picture. But when her whole sari was about to drop, was about to fall down, that is the time she raised her hands and said, Shankha Chakra Gadapane, Dwaraka Nilayachuta, Govinda Pundarikaksha, Rakshamam Sharanagatam. Unless and until Draupadi said, Anyadha Sharanam Nasti, Twameva Sharanam Mama, Krishna did not even appear. Krishna did not even come into picture. Nobody asked Krishna to intervene. Look at the smart fellow Duryodhana. He knows the weakness of Dharmaraja Yudhishthira, that he wants to play a game of dice. So how to cheat him? Duryodhana is not a finance. Shakuni will play on my behalf. So Duryodhana employed Shakuni as his, what do you call in the present day terms? Proxy. Correct? Duryodhana employed Shakuni as his proxy. He financed the project, the betting. Shakuni played the game. Oh, sure. Yudhishthira could have done the same thing, could have begged Krishna to play on his behalf. And Yudhishthira also could have been like the financier. He did not. He played the game himself. Therefore, Krishna did not intervene. Unless you beg Krishna, Krishna will not intervene. Got it?
Next question is, even though Devaki and Vasudeva are Krishna's own parents, why he left them in jail for 7 years? It will take him only less than a second to take them out of jail.
Every second is precious for Krishna when it comes to paritranaya sadhunam. It is not that the gopikas are waiting for Krishna. Krishna is waiting for the gopikas. Anyone of you can sing, Amma? It's a beautiful song. It was there in the movie also, Shankarabharanam. Manasa Sancharare. In that Manasa Sancharare, you know what one line says? Paramahamsa Mukha Chandra Chakore. There is a bird called Chakori that doesn't take any food. Its food is only the moonlight. It will just wait for the moon. When the moon rays are there falling on earth, it will just open its mouth and swallow the moon's rays. That is its food. Likewise, Bhagavan is waiting for a Bhagavata. Like a Chakori bird is waiting for the full moon. It is not that we are craving to see Krishna. Krishna is craving to see his pure Bhagavatas. That is the meaning of Paramahamsa Mukha Chandra Chakore. Lord Krishna, having a divine body with divine eyes, is waiting anxiously to see where his pure surrendered souls are. Therefore, Krishna was craving to see the gopikas. That's why he first went there. If he has to free up Devaki and Vasudeva, he has to go and kill Kamsa. That comes under Vinashaya Dushkrutam. That is Krishna's second priority. Paritranaya Sadhunam. Taking care of the gopikas and giving them his Divya Darshanam priority. That's why Krishna left. Go ahead, Amma.
Next question is, which Manmantra of Dwapara Yuga did Krishna take birth?
It's a very easy question, Amma. You tell me. You can tell very easily. You can tell, Amma. You couldn't get it?
No.
The present 7th Manvantara. That's why we are in the Vaivasvata Manvantaram. Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parardhe Shveta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvata Manvantare. So in the 7th Manvantara, Vaivasvata Manvantara.
Next question is from a kid. If Revata went to Brahmaloka, how was Revati still alive?
If Raivata went to Brahmaloka, how come Revati is still alive? Good, Kanna. You know why? In the present Kali Yuga, we are the people who are very short-lived, namely 120 years. In the Yuga before Dvapara Yuga, people lived up to 1200 years. In the Yuga before, in Treta Yuga, people lived up to 120,000 years. And in the Krita Yuga, people lived up to more than 1,000,000 years. Therefore, even though Raivata went to Brahmaloka, they were living up to 120,000 years. Therefore, it is not a problem. Okay, ma?
Sure. The next question is, most Puranas say Maya is strong and cannot be overcome without God or Guru. If that is so, I am bound to do things as per Maya Shakti's plan, which makes me do Papa Punya to keep me bound to samsara. Me being just a puppet in the Maya's play, how and when does karma get attached to me? Then it is not only God or Guru who could do anything, if at all, to save the Jivat or Jivatma has any free will.
Jivatma has free will. We cannot blame Maya for our negative attitude, negative things. Bhagavan has given the scripture. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karya Vyavastitau. When you are there at crossroads, you do not know what to do and what not to do. Don't use your free will. Follow the scripture. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Akarya Vyavastitau. We don't do that. We are misusing our free will. Therefore, we are bound by the karma phalam. Now, the another thing is, if Maya is to control everything, even my mistakes are also controlled by Maya. No. It is like asking, Rama went to kill Ravana. Ravana is asking Rama, Rama, why are you killing me, Rama? You are the one who said, kidnap my wife. So I kidnapped Sita Devi. How come, Rama, you are coming to fight with me? That's not correct. Bhagavan will never ask you to do negative things. Dharma Shastra will never tell you to do negative things. Another example, Krishna came for mediation before Kurukshetra war. Can Duryodhana say, Krishna, why are you blaming me, Krishna? You are the one who asked me to do Draupadi Vastraparanam, I did it. Bhagavan will never ask you to do adharmam. If adharmam is perpetrated, we have misused the free will. Is that clear, sir? Now, how long you want to take the excuse, I am subjected to the forces of Maya? Follow Bhagavan's instruction. Bhagavan very clearly says, do not keep on telling, why did you fail the exam? Very difficult questions were asked, not the correct answer. You did not prepare enough to handle the exam. Same thing. Maya is very powerful, no doubt about that. But you can overcome Maya. Krishna gave the recipe. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durachaya. Mami Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Yes, Maya is very powerful, but you can overcome Maya when you apply for that Sharanagati.
But then why do they say avanindri or anuvam asayadu in Tamil, like that they say, right? Without his will, there is no way a grass also can move. Then without his will, what can we think, right?
His will, nothing that is permitted as a dharma happens. It is not Krishna's will Duryodhana should go and disrobe Draupadi. It is not Rama's will that Ravana should come and abduct Sita. When negative things are happening, it is the individual Jivatma that is misusing the free will by suppressing the intelligence that is guiding you that you are doing adharma.
Then wasn't it a planned event for killing Ravana? Because that was the intention of Rama's arrival, right?
Again, Rama did not plan. Ravana invited his own death. Okay. Rama, especially Krishna Avatara, is different. Rama Avatara. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramo Dasharathatmajaha. Rama never exhibited any kind of divinity in his entire lifetime. The one and only one occasion Rama even heard that he is the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is when Sita did Agni Pravesham. All the Devi Devatas, Brahma, Rudra, Indra, including his dead father Dasharatha, came down. That is when Brahma told Bhavan Narayano Vishnu. Until then, Rama was never told by anyone that he is the Supreme Lord.
So in Dwapara Yuga, better than Kali Yuga, when everybody knew or directly had a communication with God, just like Pandava's mother. So did everybody knew that Krishna was the god or semi-god, whatever?
Some people knew, some people did not believe. The people who knew, they knew Krishna is Bhagavan. But some people believed Krishna is not Bhagavan, he is a magician. He is very good at doing magic.
Okay, thank you.
Because Duryodhana did not believe that Krishna is Bhagavan. Dhritarashtra was given the divine vision, but still Dhritarashtra did not do anything to stop Kurukshetra war.
Okay.
Because people did not do Sharanagati. That is why their judgment was completely wrong. Yep. Go ahead, Amma.
Next
Again,
question.
Swami, can I ask a question, Swami? Earlier you said that, Swami, sorry, that Krishna won't interfere at any situation if until we ask for help or something, right? So in this worldly things, is it okay to ask for everything, even a small, small event, whatever happens, can we ask for every small things? After
That's right. That is what exactly we are supposed to do. And how do you know that? How do you know that? Krishna himself said that, Amma. Yat karoshi, yat ashnashi, yat juhoshi, dadasiyat, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurishva madarpanam, Krishnarpanam, 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 Krishnarpanam. If you do that, you will not have any problem.
Okay, Swami. So, for instance, actually, we should do Saranagati, and then we shouldn't ask anything in this worldly things, right? So, and somewhere I heard that we shouldn't ask worldly things. We should do just Saranagati. Whatever he gives, we have to accept and go on through. And if some problems comes, also we have to accept in a positive way that he gave something better than what you happen. And we have to accept that problems also. I don't know whether we have to ask for help for at that position also, or we have to accept that just the problems. I don't know how to convey my...
Good girl, Amma, good girl. First thing that you have to decide, what do you want? Do you want material comforts? Or do you want salvation? Go back to Krishna.
Yeah.
Even if you want material comforts, go to Krishna only.
Okay.
Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritinarjuna. Artaha. Coronavirus is troubling us. Go to Krishna for protection. Jignasuhu, inquisitive. Who is Krishna? Why is he great? Why he is called Narayana? Go to Krishna.
Okay.
Ardharthi. Krishna, I want $1 million. Krishna, I want a Ferrari car. Krishna, I want to get married. Krishna, I want 4 sons. Go to Krishna. Jnani cha Bharatarshabha. Krishna, I want moksham. Go to Krishna. Then why people go to Indra, Chandra, Brahma, Rudra, Navagrahas, Sai Baba, Ayyappa? Why? Go back to Krishna. Kamaistaistair hrutajnanaha prapadyante anya devataha. When you see your own daughter, you will say, my daughter. When you see some other child, oh, not my daughter, their child. Anya devata, anya shishu. Krishna says, you are going to other Devi Devatas because your mind is polluted with the desires and you are employing cheap ways to get your desires fulfilled. You are going to Anya Devatas.
Okay.
He said, even if you have desires, come to me, I will fulfill them. So, kamai staistair, because of your desires, hritajnanaha, you lost your intelligence. Therefore, you go to Anya Devatas. Then Krishna says, oh, I'm a very staunch devotee of Ganapati. Good. I'm a very staunch devotee of Sai Baba. Good. You know what Krishna says? Yo yo yam yam tanum shraddha tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitam ichchati tasya tasyachalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. Even if you are going to other Devi Devatas and say, my faith in Shiva is very great, my faith in Bhadrakali is great, my faith in Sai Baba is great. You know what Krishna says? I am the one who is making your faith even stronger. Because something is better than nothing. Okay, I don't care about it. I prayed to, say, Ganapati, I got my green card quickly. You know what Krishna says? Sataya shraddhaya yuktaha tasyaradhana mihate labhate cha tatah kaman mayyaiva vihitan hitan. My child, because your mind is polluted with desires, you went to other devatas. And as a consequence, you worshipped other Devi Devatas. And you did so many prayers, so much of fasting, so much of other things you did. And you got your desires fulfilled. You know what Krishna says? Even if you fulfill your desires through other Devi Devatas, I am the one who is sanctioning. I sanction them. They give you. Devi Devatas are like middlemen, like a real estate agent who will get his commission from the seller as well as the buyer. Same thing. Devi Devatas are only middlemen. They cannot give you anything. Whatever I sanction, they are giving you. They receive those things from me with their right hand, and with their left hand, they are passing on to you. If I don't sanction, no Devi Devata can help you. You may say, who cares? I prayed to Ganapati, I had everything fulfilled. Go back to Krishna. Antavattu phalantesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. If somebody tells you, you're not a smart kid, your brain is not even 10 grams, don't you think you get mad? Krishna says, Antavattu phalantesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam. Because your intelligence is below normal, substandard, you went to other Devi Devatas. And the benefit you got by worshipping the other Devi Devatas will not even last long. There is an end for the blessings you get from Devi Devatas. Whereas you get the blessings from me, it is eternal. Nitya Niratishaya Sri Vaikuntha Prapti. Therefore, when you go to other Devi Devatas, it is your free will that you are misusing, and you are getting away and away from the Pativrata Bhakti, for which Krishna says, I guarantee you moksha. Go ahead, ma.
So, two more questions, Swamiji. So, one is California Patala Loka to which Bali was sent by Krishna?
Not California, but there is some kind of a thinking. There is no scriptural authority to say that, but Kapila Maharshi was there. Kapila Maharshi's ashramam. Indra, when he stole the Yajnashvam of Bhagirath's forefathers, Bhagirath's forefathers started digging a hole through the earth and went to the other side and met Kapila Maharshi. So our people put two and two together. You drill a hole through the earth from India, you will end up on the other side in California. And to support that, it seems there is an island in California called Horse Island. Therefore, these two things are matching. So consider California is the lower end of the upper side Bhuloka of India. That our people have thinking like that. But remember, whether it is that side India, the other side California, this is still Bhulokam. Whereas the other lokas are below Bhulokam. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala lokas are below Bhulokam, not the other side of Bhulokam. Is it clear, Amma?
Again, Swamiji. The last question is of the Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, how Pandavas couldn't think about moksha and decided to take sannyas ashram instead of going to heaven. How then is Yudhishthira a Dharma Raja?
Now, your question has too many parts. Number one, Pandavas did not do sannyasam.
Did not take sannyas
to go to Swargarohanam. Now, why Pandavas did not ask for moksham? Buddhihi karmanusarani. Their karma did not come to fructification. Whose karma will come to fructification? Those who are doing Sharanagati only. How do you know? Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapajyate. After thousands of births, when the karma has come to fructification, the person who is really knowledgeable, jnani. Who is a jnani? Tesham jnani nichayuktaha eka bhaktir vishishyate. One who follows that pativrata bhakti alone is jnani, not the material qualification, PhD, MD, engineer, etc. No. So Krishna's recipe is, you must ask for salvation and you must do Sharanagati, and that should be unconditional. Then he will certainly bless anyone and everyone. Go ahead, sir.
Jai Sriman Narayana Swamiji, I have one quick question. Sorry if I missed the main point. I have a question on Ksheerasagara Madana. Instead of doing that churning, why don't Indra do a tapas for Lakshmi Devi?
Sir, if you don't mind, I'm not trying to bring politics here. You know what America is going through for the past couple of weeks. And you know how people are scared what will happen in the next 10 days. Got it?
Yeah.
When people get authority, sometimes they forget dharma, adharma, vichakshana. Indra is no exception. Simple. If Indra had that kind of dharma, adharma, vichakshana, dharma says matruvat paradarani. If that lady is married, treat her as a mother. Well, you are not happy with one wife. Find another girl who is not married and you marry her. But don't go to a married woman. That is against dharma. Are you getting my point?
Yes, Swamiji.
If you want to enjoy with more than a woman, more than one woman, go and find a girl who is not married yet and propose to her. And if she is willing or her parents are willing, marry her. That is permitted in scripture. But don't go to a married woman and spoil her life. Indra did it. What happened to his wisdom? If Indra had that kind of wisdom, problems will not be there. What happened to Indra's wisdom? When Narakasura came, kicked out Indra and took even the kundalas of his mother, Aditi, he could not even defend. He could not even save his own mother. Krishna with Satyabhama went, fought with Narakasura, killed him, brought Aditi's kundalas and handed over to Aditi. Indra was very happy. But what happened to Indra's wisdom? When Satyabhama wanted a simple Parijata Vruksham, and when Krishna was taking it, Indra came to fight with Krishna. Indra could have been more graceful and said, Krishna, the entire world belongs to you, Krishna. Why Parijatam, Krishna? Take the whole Nandanavanam, he should have said. But that, whether you call it senseless, arrogant, or stupid, Indra had a big fight with Krishna. Now you know what Krishna did? Krishna kept the entire Parijata Vruksham on Garuda and said, Garuda, carry on. Oh, do you think Indra will keep quiet? Indra took his mighty Vajrayudham and threw it at Garuda. Garuda wanted to respect that Mahatma, Dadhichi, from whose body Vajrayudham is made. Out of respect for Dadhichi and the Vajrayudham, because Vajrayudham is hurled at Garuda, Garuda just dropped one feather and said, hello, Vajrayudham, you wanted to hit me? Don't worry, stop there. I'm already giving you a feather. Hit my feather. And Garuda continued his journey. That is Indra's intelligence, sir. Arrogance, rather.
Thank you, Swamiji.
So when a person who is arrogant is there at the helm of affairs, things will not go smoothly, sir. Which I'm sure many people would have been experiencing for the past couple of weeks, and people are so scared of the next couple of weeks, right? Let's not get into politics. But the best example is Indra. With power, people can do crazy things. Hima, any other questions, Amma?
One last question. Parshurama existed through Dwapara Yuga. When did he complete his avatara?
Parashurama is a Chiranjeevi. He was there in Treta Yuga, way before Lord Rama. He was there for throughout Treta Yuga, during the time of Rama. Treta Yuga ran for 1.32 million years. At the end of Treta Yuga, Rama appeared 11,042 years before Treta Yuga came to an end. Parashurama was there way before. So that 11,000 years there, Dwapara Yuga, 864,000 years. And Parashurama continued in Dwapara Yuga. He was the teacher for Bhishma. He was the teacher for Drona. He was the teacher for Karna. And Parashurama is a Chiranjeevi. And he will be there for another 108,000, another 103,000 years. In Kali Yuga, after 1 quarter, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana will incarnate as Kalki. And Kalki also needs some instruction. Parshurama is the one who will instruct him in the weapons, everything. These days, we don't know how to use the Brahmastam, how it is available, etc. Everything he will learn. Parshurama, Acharyaji. Therefore, Parshurama continues forever. When he wants, he will go to Vaikuntham. Until then, he can stay happily on Mandharagiri. Got it, Amma?
Adiyan Swamiji. That is
Narayana,
okay.
Narayana, Amma.
Thank you.
Can we stop now, Amma? I have to go upstairs for the Shainatsavam.
Yes. Questions are over.
Narayana, Narayana, Amma. We'll continue next week, Amma.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you,
Narayana,
Swami.
Narayana. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.
Narayana, Narayana.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्रा हीनं तद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनाच्चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम सर्वापचारान् समस्तापचारान् क्षमस्व सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु कर्मफलं सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः ओम अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरंगनाथ षडगोपैतेन्द्र दृष्टुं लक्ष्मीं नृसिंहचेदेत् करुणैकपात्रं श्रीरंगवीररघुराट षडगोपहृज्यं वेदान्त देशिकेन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवंशगोप श्री वेदांत देशिके नमः देशिकाय नमः नारायण 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 नमः
Thank you. Thank you.
Narayana.
Thank you, Narayana.